Hi there. This is our place in Sicily, and we're here in our kitchen renovation project, but we're taking a little break to have a snack. And as part of it, we wanted to look at some of the similarities and differences between the brands of food that exist in both Italy and the United States.
Let's eat.
So we were in the United States recently, and while we were in the airport, we were discussing some of the foods that are in both places but seem different between the two places. And so just at the airport, we kind of scooped up some American food so that we could, have a little taste test, a little taste off between the Italian versions and the American versions of these things. For example, I don't know, tell them about how you feel about Nutella. When you're in the US.
So, I'm backspace a little bit. I love peanut butter and chocolate combination, but in Sicily at least, it's not a thing. You can find a Reese's peanut butter cup every once in a great while, and I buy one when I find it. But here it's hazelnuts and chocolate, which means Nutella. And in the US, I don't really care for Nutella. I never choose Nutella. I shy away from any dessert. I'd rather not have the dessert than have it with Nutella. And here it's hard to get away from, and Matt accidentally ordered me something with Nutella in it. And I said, oh, I like Nutella now. Or it's different in Italy. And we found out just through some research online that it is different. But we haven't tasted them side by side. So we've got a few different things. We want to talk about each of the things that we have. We'll hold them up for the camera here to try to keep this easy and quick. So Nutella is one of them. So just before we got back, the idea came to me because they had these in our hotel breakfast area, and I thought, oh, I could taste Nutella finally side by side, because I never wanted to buy a whole thing of it in the US because I don't care for it. So we've got a Italian Nutella and a US Nutella. What else do we have?
Well, we've got the classic soda, Fanta, or Fanta, in the US.
Fanta versus Fanta, exactly.
Yeah. We've got M&Ms, which also, seem to be a little bit different.
And that could be more, some of these might just look different, and some might look and taste different. I know for sure they seem to look different unless the US has changed things too, and it's company-wide.
Right, sure, things have changed.
And then the last one, I don't even know if Matt agrees with this, but I feel we eat, for some reason, Twix are here a lot. This is actually our Italian Twix, and this is what we picked up at the airport. So I feel like this Twix is a little different, and I'm not sure it is, or it's just me, but so I picked up this too. He didn't know I was doing that.
Yeah.
That's my secret Twix trick.
We're gonna find out.
Okay, so what should we start? Should we start with let's start with Nutella, and then we can go to Fanta to cleanse our palates.
Yeah,
okay, so we have some spoons here. Do you want to open this guy, because there's a little foil wrapper? We wanted to show you we're legit. We're opening these as we go. Are you a big fan of Nutella?
As opposed to the Fanta, which I sampled.
Yeah, he got very thirsty yesterday, and so he sampled the Fanta.
I didn't realize that was the one that we were saving.
Okay, so you can just set that over there, Matt. And
not to make a mess.
All right, so we are married. So
You get your spoon.
yeah, I'm just gonna have a little bit of this. I'm glad we have something to wipe our mouths up after this. Okay, that's how I remember it. There's something in there that doesn't taste, it tastes fake to me a little bit.
Okay.
And I don't know, color-wise, this is in a brown container, so I don't, you can't really see any difference really because of
How dark
the
it is.
container that one's in. Okay. But it tastes like I remember Nutella. It's okay. It's chocolate, it's Nutella, but there's something that's it's the same way I don't eat a Hershey's Kiss unless I'm really craving chocolate and that's all that there is. It's just not good quality, doesn't taste great to me at that time. That tastes totally different. The chocolate comes forward much more, I think. And then the Nutella, the nuts part of it, the newt part of it, tastes like real hazelnuts.
Yeah, and it's like in the middle, there's something a little bit slightly chemical over there.
Yeah, there's just something that's not natural, and it could be just a sweetener that they're using. Maybe it's something that we're allowed to use in the US and not in Italy. That is a case. And I can't remember, I did read the information on this. And I think it is something that's not allowed or not liked in both countries. So now I get stuff with the Nutella in it. I don't shy away, but only when I'm in Italy. So I'm glad you're picking that up too, because I didn't know if it was just I was being picky.
Or you were like, oh, I'm in Italy, like everything tastes better.
Yeah,
but now
that's what I was wondering too, honestly. And it's hard to get away from Nutella, and now I understand why. And I'm going to wholeheartedly embrace Nutella. And now because we have like chocolatey Nutella mouth, let's try our Fantas. Okay, so you pour one in one. Okay, so first of all, can you see the difference? This is Fanta, and this is Fanta. It's just pronounced differently because the Italians pronounce it differently. It's not really different. When you come from America, you say Fanta too. But it's definitely different. And I actually haven't had US Fanta in a long time. Oh, I want to show them. I should show them. So this one is doing it now. Nope, that one's just stuck. Okay, that one was just stuck. But show them the lid on. So this is new. This happened since we've lived here in the last year and a half. They've changed all the lids to be attached. I want them to see it wasn't just like my last one where I couldn't take it off all the way. They actually are attached, so we don't end up with a whole bunch of extra lids separate from their plastic. Hopefully the whole thing is getting recycled.
Yeah, ultimately the cap is designed to stay with the bottle.
Exactly.
Yeah,
okay.
So like you really have to work if you really want to separate it.
So I'm just saying, US, watch out pretty soon. And the thing is you have to learn how to drink with it not going in your nose. You have to like put it to the side.
Or you have to use a cup.
Or you have to use a cup. Okay, well let's start with this one first. Okay. We're not going to cheers this. Okay, so fantastically orange.
Yeah, really, I mean, it's orange soda. I mean,
nice and bubbly, but it's orange soda.
Who makes Fanta? Is it, or Fanta? Is it Coke?
It's the Coca-Cola company.
Okay.
And we are Coca-Cola fans.
Yeah, just classic orange soda.
Yeah, it reminds me a lot of, so growing up, we also always got like McDonald's orange drink at like, when McDonald's would sponsor something at maybe like a pizza party, a big pizza party in the school gymnasium, there'd be orange drink. It was special because it wasn't just a thing of milk. So this reminds me of my childhood.
Yeah.
Having like a creamsicle float where you just put that with a scoop of ice cream.
And was it Pepsi that had Orange Crush or something like that?
Possibly.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a bunch in the US.
It's this is classic American orange soda.
Yep. But with the same name and the same label.
It's a completely different animal.
It's like I don't want to say it's the adult version of Fanta. This is much closer to Orangina.
Yeah, I was going to say, like, I mean, in the U.S.
Or
we have
Pellegrino.
Orangina, and like this, is similar. It's not the same.
Yeah,
it's not like,
you feel like a kid when you're drinking this, though, and I've struggled to feel like an adult. If I ordered an orange soda, I would feel judged in the U.S. But when you order like Fanta on a menu, like there's not a lot of choices. It's usually Coke Zero, and Fanta. If it's a place that has a bar, like a real bar, not a coffee bar, it might have ginger ale as well. And sometimes you go to the places that don't have it on tap, alla spina, and there you will get like fancier versions of this, like blood orange or green mandarin or just an orange or a limonata, which would be a lemon one. This is like a normal adult drink. This is not. I could have this ice cold on a hot summer day with a scoop of really good vanilla ice cream in it as like an orange float.
Creamsicle.
A creamsicle kind of float. That would be delicious. This I would drink every day, except it has lots of calories. You know, like a regular soda. All right.
But ultimately, I mean, they're both products made by Coca-Cola, so I mean, like, it's just different recipes. And I'd be curious to know, like, you know, does Coca-Cola also do Orangina? Is it like they were already doing Orangina in the US?
I don't know who does
maybe
Orangina.
Fanta has always been there.
But we also noticed that Coke Zero is different.
Yeah.
And where
it's
were we?
harder to pin down what it is, but yeah.
Yeah, it's just it's a different formula. And we had to fly through Munich on our trip home, and we had a Coke Cherry Zero, which is usually hard to find outside of the US. And that cherry Coke Zero, which is, it's something that we really do like in the US. We're not big coffee drinkers, so it's kind of how we get our caffeine, and we don't want the calories, blah, blah, blah. You're welcome to judge us. We don't care. But the Coke Cherry Zero from Germany, it was really more like an amarena or like a sour cherry. So if you think the difference between like a maraschino cherry and like a cherry pie kind of difference of those two cherries, it was really fascinating. And again, I felt a little more grown up. So go Europe, but we don't get that flavor here in Italy. Or I haven't found it yet in Sicily, but when I find it, we can report back. All right.
All right.
Tea and M&Ms, yes. Okay, so we can only tell which one is which by which one has
Well, this one is 250 grams.
And this one is 284 grams.
No, this is
ounces.
10 ounces.
Excuse me. Okay. So this one I want to put on plates.
Ooh, fancy.
Only because I want to see the different colors next to themselves and not just out of your study hands. Because I have this feeling that our US ones are brighter, or they've changed the recipe. Oh, I don't know. Maybe I was wrong. Okay. So, creating my own shadows. I don't know. So, I know there are sometimes issues. So, this is Italy, and this is the US. And we got a little light difference between the two from outside, but I don't know. They're not as different as I thought. I always thought the reds.
Yeah, I think the reds are
different.
Yeah.
I only got one red on my whole thing. So, the reds are different. And that was the one that I noticed most. I'm going to try to get us one more red so we can each have a red. I don't assume that will... Okay, we're just going to have to eat a lot of M&Ms.
There are no reds.
And you have a bunch of reds.
2, 3.
Okay, so let's do the taste test. You're going to try a red one?
Sure.
Okay. I don't think the colors really matter.
FT&C, red number 5. That's the whole reason why the red.
Did you start with this one? You
Yes.
start with that one, okay. So you have to answer backwards. Backwards, answering. I think it's the chocolate that's different, maybe.
Yeah, I expected somehow to be the nut, but
Yeah, that's interesting. All right, I'm gonna try it again. Yellow. Again, colors don't matter. I mean, unless it's a green one. This makes great TV, right?
be better if there's a big reveal, but.
It'll be interesting if we did a blind taste test on this one, because it's close.
Oh.
But I don't think it's actually the candy coating.
Yeah, just subtle difference, and it's not as big a difference as I would have thought.
So, okay, I need another one. What do you think the difference is?
I can't even pin it down. I mean, you said chocolate, so I kind of agree that, like,
I actually wonder if the
candy
coating on this is a little thinner. It feels like it cracks a little easier.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure. So what I will say for me is, if you told me there were no differences, I'd be like, okay, could have just been a batch, or we've had these longer, or what's the date on them, or whatever. But the color is different. Color is definitely different. I think even the oranges, like when you see them side by side, yeah, those are different. Can you see that? It's like Fanta and Fanta. So this is the European. So they're probably good old Italy is on top of things. They're a little more cautious about their food colorings and stuff. Does it look like the same?
I bit one in half of each kind, but I'm not going to share that with you.
That would be
It's kind
gross.
of
It looks exactly the same, but
but
with
it
this,
does look the same.
but now it's CSI clues because I can trace it to your exact bite pattern. All right, M&Ms. Only a visual discernible difference. Okay, this is the one I'm most interested in, and not necessarily airport, but US Twix versus Italian Twix. You want to open that one?
Sure.
This is an interesting thing because this is actually a very affordable candy bar, or maybe candy bars in general are more affordable here. I would say you could easily go find someplace where a single Twix is $2. A single package like this would be $2 in the US or more. And here, I'll break this in half without melting it too much. And let's start with this one.
Okay.
And now I forgot what I was saying.
You were saying how at the grocery store in Italy, at least.
So in Italy, we've been picking these up at one of our grocery stores, and there's 7 in a package, and it's like $3.50. So I don't know why you'd think they're being imported. I don't know if they're made. We'll have to look at the packaging. Does that say that it's made in Italy or made
It'll take
in?
a moment. Keep going.
All right. So, but I'm surprised that doesn't cost more because something like a salsa that's being imported from the US that we would pay like $3 for is like €5 here.
You know, it seems like it's being made in Europe
Okay.
by M&M bars.
Okay. So, just could be different this way too. Okay. So let's try the US.
Okay.
My impression is that it's crunchier. Like, I mean, they're both gonna crunch, but but maybe other stuff is different too.
Yeah, okay. So I've got an idea in my mind of proportion to you know, chocolate cookie to...
All right. And by the way, we do this hard research for you, sorry, almost wrong finger, for you, because we know you care. So much softer, right? It is missing the crunch. Very interesting. How do you eat a Twix bar? How do you normally eat a Twix bar? You just shove the whole thing in. 2 bites.
3, probably.
3 bites.
I mean, don't challenge me. I mean, like...
All right, well, Twix. Oh, we didn't look at them like just side by side. I'm gonna take that one out.
Hope this has been crushed.
Oh, nice crushed one. All right. Oh, look at that. Sorry if I can do it. It's longer in Europe. It's also a different chocolate. So Europe's the one on top. That is fascinating. And I would say the US one is fatter.
But is that a right Twix or a left Twix?
I'm gonna give you a left right. So, shall we close up?
Yeah, I think, you know, taste test completed.
Yeah, give us let's look, summary. Nutella tastes different.
Nutella, very different recipe. Fanta, very different recipe.
Different color.
And color.
Yep.
And M&M's, you know, tough to discern the difference.
You know what M&M's coloring reminds me of is sort of the, what are those, the other, they're not off-brand M&M's, but they're different. Sixes, they're I want to say 60s or sixes. They're like they're little smaller, and you see them a lot. We'll put them in cookies and stuff. And it's more like that. They're just sort of like not the bright. What chemical did we put in them to make them this bright? But not a discernible taste. If I was just eating them,
just you know, just your red M&Ms being
red, orange,
notably different. I mean, but ultimately that's.
These look like more like whole food colored the European ones, like not as bright.
Yeah, although I also feel like red M&Ms are different in peanut than they are in the traditional. So.
Oh, all right. We'll find that out. And Twix?
And Twix, I mean, pretty close. Just a difference in maybe how crunchy the cookie was, and maybe a little bit more caramel in the European one. I'm not sure.
Well, definitely more because they're longer.
But it came through in the.
So you're getting pretty much a bigger bar for less here, but you don't get the same crunch. So if what you really like in a Twix is a crunch, you might be slightly disappointed. And that's it for now. We're doing the hard work, remember, for you anytime you need us to. But actually, we have our girls are visiting us from the States very soon, 2 different trips. So if there's something else you'd like us to try, let us know in the comments, and we'll make them bring us more stuff to try. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.
Ciao.